I have entered the phase of life where I assume nothing. This is Tracy with Tracy Talks, a podcast about life, looking at life from a new perspective to gain wisdom and understanding in hopes to know yourself more. There's been too many times in my life where I have made decisions based on my assumption of the situation. And most of those haven't probably worked out the best. I've entered into agreements under certain assumptions. I have entered into relationships under certain assumptions, and I no longer do that. If someone invites me to something, what is the event? What is happening? What is the expectation? What are we doing? What are we not doing? I ask those questions now. Someone invites me to dinner. What is the expectation? Are you romantically interested? Are we friends? What is the relationship? And I've started doing that because I look back at all of these things that I showed up to, that I opened up to, and my expectation was completely different than the other person's. And who's the one that gets hurt? Me. I do. I'm that person who got hurt. There have been these instances where somebody's like, I don't want to define it. Because if you're just showing up for dinner, why do we have to define whatever it is? Again, when you don't know the specific intentions of somebody, you're making assumptions and you're making decisions based on assumptions. I don't do that anymore. I want to know the who, the what, the when, the why, the how. I want to know all of those pieces of information. I can only assume that me requesting more information feels kind of confrontational. Like if a friend asks me just something specific. And recently I responded, okay, what is the context here? Because depending on the context, that is going to change my answer. And those answers are going to change significantly based on your context. It matters. It matters what you are perceiving right now. There have been too many instances in previous relationships where I didn't speak up. I didn't ask for more information. I didn't ask for the details. And even in my own marriage, when you say you're going to do something, are you going to do it now? Are you going to do it in a week? Are you going to do it in a month? Or are you going to do it in a year? Because this information matters. I'm assuming when you say you're going to do something, you're going to do it as soon as possible. And that didn't happen. Now I assume nothing. You say you want to get together with me. Okay. Is that now? Is that in a week? Is that in a month? Is that in a year? I assume nothing. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only person out here who attracts vague people who don't want to lock down any information. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the magnet who attracts them all. I don't know. All I know is that I can no longer afford to assume anything. Who, what, when, why, how. Necessary information. I have certain people currently in my life who express their feelings through negativity and complaining. Okay, do you want me to take action or do you just want to vent? Because I don't know where that's at. I don't know what you want me to do. Do you want me to respond or do you just want to complain? Because, again, I have taken action and then that person has gotten upset with me because I actually took action on the things that they were complaining about. Therefore, I assume nothing. When I look back at the time that I was married, I can see now where this was a cause of a lot of arguments and frustration for both of us. We didn't effectively communicate, we didn't express what we really wanted, and we were working under assumptions, I don't know, maybe 70% of the time. And I know that sounds like a lot, but I don't remember us clarifying the details and the specifics and the feelings and the wants and the desires. I don't remember us sitting down and saying, okay, when you said this, what does that mean? And while it does feel tedious and while it does feel like it's pushing boundaries, getting those specifics would have alleviated so much of the miscommunication, would have cleared up all of this gray area that we operated in. I don't want to operate in the gray anymore. I don't want to operate in, and let's just roll with it and see how it goes. I don't want to operate in that space. I want to know where you're at, and I want to know where I'm at. And then we need to see if we're even moving or want to be in the same place. I'm not operating in an unknown variable. I need to know the who, the what, the when, the why, and the where, and the how. Life is speeding up, and our time is precious. And I don't want to make decisions based on an assumption of how someone feels or how someone believes or how someone is. And I know that that may seem a little unsettling for people to have to define and declare who they are and what they want. But what I can also say is I don't have time to be with someone who can't say, I am this, I am that, I am this type of person, I am that type of person. And if you can't define that, we don't have any business being together in a close relationship. I need people around me right now that can securely say, I am this, and not hide behind it, not fumble around with it, not, oh, I don't know who I am, I don't know what I want. No. Figure this out. So when someone says, what type of person are you? You can say, these are the things that I like. This is who I am. This is what I want to do. I assume nothing. I don't have time for gray. I don't have time to operate in an unknown area. None of us really do. Life is speeding up, whether we want it to or not. And I want to stay in my lane. I want to stay with people who have the same priorities as I do. I want to stay with the people who we have common interests. I want to stay in my lane. And if you want to be in the lane with me, then you also need to know who you are. And that's really not asking too much. I need the who, the what, the when, the why, the how, the where. I assume nothing. Thank you for listening to this podcast of Tracy Talks. Please like and share with others who would enjoy listening to this podcast. And until next time, we meet again.